got the straps off, it just rolled off in trailer. So that could have been reason bad.
Yep, you read the title correctly. This is a Hyundai Veloster TCR that ran in IMSA. And would you buy one of these as a track car or like a BMW with a roll cage? Now my friend Brandon here made the financially wise decision to buy a race car as a track day weapon. Now I know you're probably thinking you gotta be off your rocker to purchase a race car that pretty much has no support whatsoever, is really hard to get in and out of, and to maintain is extremely expensive. But that's why I'm here to show you the daily process and lifestyle of owning a retired race car.
All right, so here's the TCR. I mean, it's been a couple of track days. It's had a couple of services, so now I think we've got a pretty good idea of exactly what it's like owning and dealing with a race car. And this is its owner. This is Brandon.
What's up?
And he's had the pleasure of using this thing and kind of ripping on it, and it's second life here. So, you know, what do you think has been the biggest takeaway from this experience, Brandon?
Biggest takeaway, guys. I don't know if I have anything to take away from it yet. I mean, it's super fun, but it's still kind of trial and error right now, seeing what works, and I'm still learning the car, so that's gonna be a long learning curve. I mean, it's kind of 0 to 100 driving this thing, so still got a lot of quirks I need to figure out, but yeah, it's absolutely insane.
We went to Laguna, and that was a good time.
That was a good time. Could have been better.
You know, I feel like that video, that trip could have been a video in itself, honestly. Like, it was essentially, you know, essentially what happened here was we took this car over to Laguna Seca Raceway, you know, a super legendary epic track, and Hyundai Motorsport invited Brandon and his cool TCR out there, and essentially we didn't get to drive it on track, which was kind of the whole point. It was supposed to do like a parade lap, and it was going to be this whole thing, and we ended up just bringing a very large paperweight at the end of the day. but it looked cool in the parking lot.
It was still cool to have down there, but had I known I couldn't drive it, probably wouldn't have done it. Like, it wasn't, it was cool nonetheless, but yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it's a full like TCR race car. I mean, it's retired, obviously. This ran from what, 2019 to 2023 or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure when it was actually ran in televised series, but I believe it was around that period.
Right. And I mean, like, from what I've done research on, I mean, like, this is TCR spec series. All the cars run about 350 horsepower. You know, it's a pretty sweet IMSA class. So I think the fact that you're able to own this car and like get to experience it in a second life, it's a pretty cool opportunity, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, still doesn't feel real. I wake up and I'm like, what? I'm gonna go drive this thing later?
Can we pop the hood and see what's underneath it? Because like nothing about this is at all normal about the regular car, other than like
the block itself is as well. The block and the chassis is like all that's normal about it, I guess. Right. But it's got all this Hyundai Motorsport intake. It's got an AMG turbo on it.
There's the turbo right there. It's honestly, it's a pretty chunky turbo.
It's a good size.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can see it. It's all right there. It's
for the car. It's more than enough.
Yeah. Brian Herta Motorsports was running this car, and we had the cool chance to get in the pits and actually like see these you know, the Elantra TCR is ripping, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, those things are nuts.
I guess this is also a good time to introduce another part to this project, which is Daryl. Daryl's been a key factor to the Brandon's purchase of this race car, so he's also someone that's driving the car frequently, kind of brought him to get to this point. So we're gonna see what Daryl's thoughts and opinions are on just what it's like living with a retired race car.
It's been a incredible experience. I'm pretty grateful. Honestly, really grateful to be able to kind of see like the real, like how things really go. Everybody, like I have a track car, right? But a legitimate IMSA spec race car is completely different, and it takes more responsibility. It takes a better thought process. And you got to take it seriously, even if you're just doing a light track day. One thing we've learned is you treat it as serious as it is every time. But it's been really cool to see just the infrastructure of how, especially like Hyundai Motorsport works. And like I said, I'm just grateful for being here and the opportunity to drive the car. That's been a cool thing too. So yeah, it's just really cool to see it all.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, handbrake for Hoonigan style drifting. Yeah, one day maybe. But I mean, like, it's just, I mean, you know, it's funny that like the rear door just opens up to nothing but cage. I mean, it's got the fuel cell right there, interchangeable fuel refilling on each side. You can see right over there where you would actually have the other hose in. Do you know like why it's got on both sides? It's got different refueling points, just like the track and like depending on like the pits and whatnot.
Yeah, but I still don't know in what situation you would have it on. Well, quite honestly, I don't know why you would have it on this side, because generally you're pitting. I hope I'm right about this. Generally, you're pulling in and everyone's on the left, so yeah. I don't know, but you know, just in case, otherwise, it's not optimal.
I don't know much about this race series or IMSA in general. I mean, but I think it's cool that I got to learn a fair bit more about the IMSA race series from like when we went over to Laguna.
Yeah, for sure. That was nice to see firsthand, especially like with the actual team.
Okay, so we're out here in the Hyundai Motorsports booth, and I think it's a perfect time to ask Brandon what it's like living and owning a retired Hyundai TCR race car.
I mean, obviously it's awesome owning one that's like been ran in this series before, but you know, it comes at a cost, of course. I think I got a good one. You know, the previous owner did a lot of upkeep with it, and I know they had intent to run it. I think it would have been here, but I mean, from a cost standpoint, it's suboptimal with, you know, no sponsors, but just owning the car in itself is crazy. I mean, I love it so much.
Click from that shifter paddle. I mean, it's just so cool. It's pretty sweet. And you know, this thing was what, roughly 150 grand brand new.
I think it was 155 new.
155 new, and got it for a lot less than 155.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of money laying around.
But you know, if you've got, you know, if you're thinking about getting a track day Porsche Cayman, you know, maybe you're sitting in a ballpark of a TCR, you know.
Well, that's the thing. Honestly, like the operating cost is. I was completely in the dark on the reality of what it takes to actually run this car, which I'm very quickly becoming familiar with. But it's like you got to buy a car that is cheaper than what you can afford because you're going to be spending, at least in the last owner's case, more than the car itself just to keep it running. So that's always good to know.
Yeah, I mean, and it's I mean, brakes, fluids, everything is like, I mean, it's so much more expensive. I mean,
Race gas, especially, it's like
race gas. I mean, yeah, this thing doesn't take pump gas. It takes race fuel. I mean, it's, you know, but thankfully, when you got a good team, we've, you know, bless, shout out, Race Centric. They've definitely been a big contributor to keeping this thing running. So
Stefan's the man. I'd be nowhere without that guy.
yeah, Stefan's a goat, but Stefan could have his own video for a different day. But you know, his shop is just right over there on the other side of that wall, and he's helped Brandon keep this thing in tip-top condition, or at least condition enough to.
For now, we'll see how long it lasts, but
See how long the engine lasts, but it's taken the last few track days pretty well.
yeah, I've been impressed. I mean, especially knowing the history of these cars and how problematic they have been. So I was definitely expecting worse out of it, but knock on wood, seems to be doing all right for now.
Yeah, and I know that Brandon's gonna have a few more things in store for this car during the Washington summer, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna rip a couple more times, so hopefully get this thing in the hands of some other race car drivers and like see what it could do, you know?
That's right.
Yeah, so I think that's on the forefront, definitely incoming, but it's really cool to see it. It's really cool to see it. And even just like the aero, like from the regular car, it would have been nice to actually see Brandon's other car, because his daily driver it's a Hyundai Veloster N. So he's big N guy.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I think this is like, I don't think you can buy anything else other than Hyundais, dude.
Sometimes I'd like to, but you know,
At this point, I don't know if you can buy
I'm too deep now.